Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. We are set to go for our second game. I told you it was going to be quick. It was going to be quick. It was going to be fast. You can already see what's going on. We have Nice Gaming back on the blue side. We have Exile Gaming on the red. And I mean, I'm still here with LaChance, giving me a LaChance to run production and ruin my own face because I can't run production to save my life. Let's get into it, though. We already see the Ornn and the Heimerdinger, and I think DDoS has smashed it, getting that band off the table.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Way to strike fear into the hearts of your enemies. And after the interview, honestly, our bad, should have gotten it on the interview, we learned a fun little tidbit, which is that these teams do know each other in the bot lane. It's a little bit of a grudge match. Kami was telling us that the guy who got him into this league is now who's on the other side of the rift. So these two are going to face off. So they're definitely aware of the capabilities of each other, and I expect to see another absolutely fiery bot lane this game.
I would hope so. You can already see. Oh my gosh, they're just going straight through. I love this. Just ban everything that was useful in the previous game that they saw. Of course, the Orianna was not in Nutter's hands, which I am very surprised at. At the same time, Nutter was actually even against that Orianna on the Syndra. So maybe the thought is, hey, we don't want to give that over. We just don't want to allow that possibility. The Singed ban, though, almost throwing back to your solo queue there. The Jinx, though, I think is appropriate.
Yes, 100%. We just saw it, and that's, you know, this isn't a like best of series, right? This is a lot of best of ones, but the fact that these teams are able to observe each other, this is kind of going to take on the meta of how a best of series does, where games will affect each other. You do know what this team is capable of. You just have seen how effective these champs are, and Caitlyn and Ashe, ADC's already off the table.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that we even have the cops set on the opposite sides, Caitlyn versus Vi, these are both engaged. Yes, do it. Do it. Let's run it back. Let's get that J4 in there somewhere. I'm loving this. These teams, and we saw it even in game one, it feels like the theme of EGL is very just brutish style, right? This is almost brute force everything that you can find. The fights, the blood did not stop pouring pretty much through the entirety of that game number one. Now we're going for a bit more safety, timeless understanding that, hey, they're going to dive us. We don't have to have the engage to go to them.
This Ivern has me interested. I haven't seen Ivern in a hot minute, but that could just be because of, you know, where I've been. But I'm excited to see how that plays out. We got the Shen again, probably going back into Gabe's hands.
I can appreciate that. However, I wouldn't be too upset to see some sort of assassin champion come out just to be able to build that Serpent's Fang. That might be useful if you want to run it in the mid lane, if you want to run it in the top side or anything of the sort. This is another way to deal with it. Mordekaiser is a great way to steal away a target and also capitalize on the single target focus. The composition that's being built out of Exiled is literally to exile someone. Find one person, Assault and Battery, Realm of Death, Ash Arrow. This is like kill one person and then focus from there.
Absolutely. And it's a, you know, one of the time-honored traditions of League of Legends. It's not a bad strategy. They are certainly indexing champions and abilities into it. Second round bans, though. Let's see what they don't want to see. No Tristana. Probably thinking they don't want to see that Tristana mid.
Yeah, I believe that's actually one of Nutter's champions to play. I think Nutter actually does enjoy the AD mid, which Tristana has also risen in ranking. At this point, though, because the focus has been pulled by Exiled, I expect NG to actually respond in same fashion. Focus that mid lane. Don't worry about the supports as much. Both these ADCs are good, and they can stay relatively safe, so I would focus more. No! Actually aiming towards that bot side, and maybe that's a bit of the Kami DDoS focus there. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting rid of that Corki, that Tristana, the Bard's off the table. Where does this final NG ban go? They're taking their time with it.
Again, right? Like, there's Lulu, there's Karma, there's a lot of...
There's a lot of.
There's a lot of.
Yeah, it's kind of a silly thing to say, but there's a lot of champions in this game. It's kind of a lot.
All right. The Rakan.
Okay, the Rakan.
Understandable. Now do you go for that mid? I think you do. Maybe Shadowban Nutter again and try and pinch that pool lever further. Give counterpick over to mid, which I would call very understandable.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, they're taking their time. You know, teams come in with a lot of prep, but once the draft begins, you start seeing what actually comes through. Senna! I really like that.
I do too until you see that Blitzcrank cover, and then you're actually worried. This could be brutal.
Oh, but it was flicking back and forth between the pike as well, which was banned last game. One team thought it was prudent enough to get rid of the pike. Let's see. Hovering on this blitz. Yo, I haven't seen a blitz in a hot minute either. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Beautiful. They said they were cooking. They said they were cooking.
This is angry gaming right now because I don't think I mean you can combo pretty heavily with the Blitzcrank Caitlyn. It's not one of
Mm-hmm.
the orthodox ones, I would say, right? It's a good
Mm-hmm.
powerful one. It's not orthodox. So I appreciate this one coming out. And now you get a brute in the mid lane coming out from Nutter. This is very, very aggressive, by the way. Jace has been seeing a resurgence lately in NA, but of course the NA meme Jace is always available. Now we're going to see the counter pick come out. Nutter is being placed on a pedestal.
Yeah, absolutely. So very, very interesting here. My mind's having trouble processing this. We got Shen top. That's what we're thinking this?
I
Ivern
believe
jungle,
so.
Jace mid?
I mean,
Okay.
you can swap them pretty heavily, and I like this call as well. The Azir coming out.
Love that. Love an Azir. So many fun, creative opportunities that are able to be brought about with this champion. You got those 6 Sarima shuffles, just able to bring back towers, kind of surprise people if you get yourself dove. Very excited. I like Exiled Gaming's comp
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
This is something that you would see like on a main stage, right? This very much feels like a main stage composition. Maybe the Mordekaiser not so much. Um, Vi, Azir, Ashe, Senna. These are all like current meta picks, right? You look down the line. These are all champions that you see very normally in draft selection. On the side of NG though, when they're cooking, you're not sure if it's a disaster pie or a freaking like 5-course meal. This is very, very interesting to watch. And the reason I say that is we're seeing a huge shift in terms of power output. On NG's side,
Right.
the only AP that you have is coming out of Ivern unless DDoS decides to go for a cheesy AP build. From that point on, if Jason Caitlyn do not build up Shred, do not build up a lot of the cut through, it's actually going to be very interesting to watch. So Exiled also leaning more towards the AP factor. So many different functions to kind of watch for and enjoy, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking at Twitch chat, seeing somebody say, I don't know about Azir into Kate and Jace.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. That Azir, Ashe, Senna, definitely people who can be torn through. And I think you've got Exiled with these incredible pick tools, right? Almost everybody's got something that can isolate someone, CC them in some way, shape, or form. But still, that threat of the Blitzcrank hook. You just grab one of those squishies, pull them into your team, and that person is done.
It's over unless you're grabbing the Mordekaiser, and then you're just like, I grabbed the wrong guy. Sorry, guys.
That's a mistake.
I didn't
That's
want
pretty
I
much.
didn't want the trash can. To go
Yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
to the Azir, I do agree. In a vacuum, it doesn't look like a good pick, right? But this is an Azir in a team composition setup. A lot of champions that you see nowadays, like the Azir in solo aspects, it is very difficult because you're based off of solo queue experience, right? I personally, Azir against any sort of range like this is a pain. You don't get to farm as much. The laning
Right.
phase is very weak. But you couple it with team coordination of, hey, play smart until level 6 will set you up for kills. Or if you as a team have identified that you will pinch that mid lane, all of a sudden you have a little bit easier factor to work with. It may not be the optimal, but for the team itself, it might be the most prevalent and priority sized pickup. So I can agree with it in this sense. I do agree the laning, I would hate to play Azir, but I'm sure they have a thought process there, especially as an R5, which holds a lot of power on the red side.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're absolutely right. Team play changes everything. That's where you can lend yourself to that extra layer of creativity that you're not going to run into in solo queue. And you know, there's a lot of numbers in this game, right? There's a lot of ways that the meta supports itself. You know, looking at various sites, own circumstantial evidence, but at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to this game, how well they can play, and what they can pull off. And I'm excited to see NG kind of get to have these back-to-back games. They're warmed up. I wonder if that's going to play into this, coming hot off of a win. But sometimes when you come hot off a win, you forget, like, I was playing a different team last time. You do have to recalibrate. You do have to come correct and respect Exile Gaming and not just think, oh, you know, we won, we're going to keep winning.
And I love the fact that you bring that up because there's also the idea of it is a best of one as well. Every single match matters. And yes, you have history with some of the players, you have history with some of the opponents, but this is a fresh team. Every team brings something a little bit different to the table that you don't always get to experience right off the bat. For this squad, it's like, hey, we have to identify these certain weaknesses, these certain points of power, and you have to do that on the fly. Like first 3 or 4 minutes, it's like, dang, is this lane going to go well or poorly? So we'll see how it plays out. Of course, these teams are going to be quite fun to watch. I am hoping for some major aggression coming out of Demon Ruler, who is on that red side. And, only time will tell. I keep saying all this stuff, and I've been so wrong on so many occasions, but we'll see how it goes.
Hey, man, that's just the life of casting. We're wrong about fucking 78% of what we say, but boy, when that 22% hits,
right?
We're looking pretty good.
More like 10% in my case, but, we don't talk about that. All right.
Yeah, for sure. Also, of course, Blitzcrank's in the game. We're gonna get that level 1 push. Very tight grouping here. Wards down. Demon Ruler knows what's up. Exiled Gaming says, all right, listen, the guy plays Blitzcrank. We know that they're aggressive. We know they can come in here. Already starting these backs. Wow, I love that. A deep push into the top side from NG.
And the proper response is, as you see Drew actually on the spot side, you do actually want to get information. So this is something that we are going to see, I think, throughout the rest of this double round robin. The appropriate response, get information. Always scatter in. Do not allow an opponent to push without any response from your own team. And you'll actually see the pings go down, I think, coming out of NG saying, okay, where were they before? Where were they looking in the previous statement? And where do we assume their information is going to be gathered? And that's where we start to see the jungle tracking. Demon Ruler and Timeless are going to have a very fun time dancing around each other without ever seeing each other.
Absolutely. And I mean, you already spoke to it, but one of the other cardinal rules of League of Legends is if something happens on one side of the map, you should try and make something happen on the other side of the map. Sort of mirror plays. DDoS. I'm excited for this. Let's see if any hooks land. The hook counter. There it is. The number 1 hook. It's Drew gets pulled in right off the bat.
You gotta love it. You love it already. Just the answer, just like nah. Let's do this. Let's do this. And that sets a precedent as well. Drew and Solo Mason have to be aware that they can't play in the bushes as well unless they have information, like all the words down.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the mind games that can be played with hook champions, all you're thinking right now is got a 100% hit rate on these pulls, and oftentimes the most dangerous hook is the one that's not thrown. Right? It's the opportunity that you could be pulled. You corral people into certain positions when you're that good at a champion, or even if you're not that good. Hey, if he hit that by accident, I don't know, right? And neither do they. Waiting in the bush, looking for an angle. They're gonna have to play deep within these minions all lane.
And that in itself is a worry here. Level 2 coming out of DDoS as the ward goes down immediately. We're not dealing with this. It's such a tentative power balance that you really got to keep eyes on.
No, for sure. And up here, Gabe just being patient, right? Getting pushed in a little bit. He wants to collect those minions as safely as possible. What do you think about these junglers? I mean, we've got Vi, who can be very aggressive, but then on the other end of it, this Ivern, not as much, at least in my head.
I think it's...
Talk me down, baby. If you think Ivern's gonna be... another hook lands right here. Pulls Senna in. Kami walking up, getting 1 auto off, but they're gonna start to back up because Timeless is here. Once again, I'm wrong. Just about everything. Ivern's here with an aggressive gank. Snuck his way up right in time for Vi as well. We've got shields. We've got lots of summoner spells available. Time's gonna walk in. That's another hook landing right here. Vi's gonna dive in. The damage is going down. Solo Mason getting pushed back and Ignite taking down onto that Ash. But one more flash, one more auto. First blood goes to Kate. Kami looking to pick up another kill, but a turret shot will push both OG Timeless and Kami away. All right, so once again, more action in the bot lane as predicted.
I was about to say that I would hope Vi has a little bit faster pacing, but the clear from Timeless was very, very good. At the same time, though, both ended up on the bot side and just saying, hey, we have that chance. We do have a disconnect. I'm not sure if the... All right, so there's a pause.
Pauses. Okay, cool.
I was hoping that we had a tournament draft on, but to go back to the junglers, both of these... Vi is well known as a gank heavy jungler. Like, we all understand that. That is a well in thought and true motive. However, for Ivern, considering the recent changes that came through, it's much more damage heavy, I believe. Gave a little bit more front end because you took away a lot of his skill expression, right? There was the ability to actually take camps in a viable way. I think with the drop, you're still able to release the spirits, but you don't get the orbs. Everyone gets the orbs now. So they gave a little bit of power back to his abilities, so he can be more aggressive. Before, it was just like level 6 Daisy, and that's about it, right? That's all you can really do. In this instance, though, I can very much appreciate the fact that both of them are on par with each other. At this point, it is going to come down to who feels better setting up for their gank and who gets there first. Is it going to be a counteractive gank? And I'm leaning towards Demon Ruler up till once you hit level 6, you're going to have a lot easier access, right? Timeless, though, if you're able to get that counter gank, that's going to be way more important. It's not about being there first. It's about reading who everyone jumps on.
Absolutely. And Timeless walking into this melee right here. And kind of what we saw, too, was... Oh, this is the fun classic. After pause, one of the many, features of the spectator client. There's a great litany of bugs and errors, and this is one of the fun ones.
Let's bounce back. We'll I have the power here right now, so.
Yeah. We're
A summoner has reconnected.
nice. All right, beautiful. But yes, no, absolutely. And that was a really interesting gank in the bot lane because Timeless showed up first and counter ganked, right? The Vi went in first and they were able to, sorry, this fight up here in the top lane, as top lane fights sometimes do, is starting to look like a kill out of nowhere. Alex gonna walk back. They're both gonna back off. They've got a third health,
It is, but Gabe is actually on the losing end. Howard DDoS.
Another hook. This guy just cannot miss. But that's so slick from the Azir, but Nutter will still pick up the kill. A flash forward now from Drew, looking for a kill of their own. And up here in the top lane, the shield onto Gabe from Timeless, trying to help out. Mordekaiser, of course, comes equipped and ready with their own shields. A flash away. There it is. A great kill for Gabe, but now by Demon Ruler. Oh, almost got a kill off the shockwave of the E. Wow, that was close.
I love it. This is identifiable in terms of the rest of NG just starting to get the ball rolling. They're not exactly winning in terms of major CS values. Bot side is, however, diesel points are great for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Gabe gonna get maybe picked out. These guys are so good at escaping. I know that was just walking away, but still.
Little things. It's the little things, right? The top side, Gabe getting him low enough so that Timeless could come in and give them a chance, right? Mid lane, Nutter setting up Haruki to get ganked. There are so many little fundamental shifts here that NG are doing very, very well. And I was a little bit worried, right? Even though Gabe was able to get a kill on the top side, you're down in CS value. Alex is having a great time up there. So if you're able to stabilize, if you're able to maybe not lose as much HP, wait till that level 6, wait till that level 7, and then look for the 1v1s, you're going to be way happier in that situation, and that Mordekaiser can get very much out of control. Haruki, though, I forgot who it was in the chat. I think it was Spicoli. Hey, this Azir might not have a good time. It's not exactly the Jace Caitlyn. It's the Jace Blitzcrank that's causing a lot of problems right now.
Yes. Although, speaking of the Caitlyn, just peek at that CS 53 to 18. The Blitzcrank is having an effect down here as well, really zoning people off. They're about to collect a pretty big wave, but that's a lead.
It's more than just a lead. That's about half an item. And the fact that Solo Mason went for the Cole means that you can aggress as Kami and DDoS, right? Anytime you see a Cole in the opponent's pocket, you should be aggressive. They have lower damage output. They're more focused on the CS than getting the kills or anything like that. And that's a problem. Look at this combo.
God, that was so clean. The trap, the pull, up to the top lane we go. There we go. That's going to be Mordekaiser ulting onto Gabe right here. The back and forth. They've got the shield in the pocket. A good flash away from Gabe, but I don't know how they're going to get out of this one. Alex just patiently chasing them down with auto attacks. They're going to get that kill.
That's now 2. That's going to be a 3rd, maybe.
He doesn't miss. Another one from DDoS, and the pickup from Kami so clean. And Timeless in the jungle against Demon Ruler right here. He's got a pal as well. That's going to be another kill. There are just picks all over the place.
It's so powerful. This composition is built to pick apart exiled. Exiled are quite literally being exiled. Every single champion, we said it, right? The Blitzcrank, this setup is very nice on the side of NG. I did say the pick composition could come out from the likes of Exile, but they don't have the ults ready. You see Solo Mason still at level 5. Demon Ruler still sitting at level 5. They don't have that ability. This is ridiculous. It is so good. And it's going to happen again.
Oh my God, he doesn't miss another one. And Kami is just ready every time to pick it up, forcing the heal right there, getting another headshot off onto the Ashe. She's got to dance around tower, and yes, they've got some good poke. Drew actually going forward, getting some damage down if they can land it, but the shoot, you forgot about the rest of the team, forcing a retreat. It's another one! Kami getting that kill as DDoS snatches Ashe down from in between the turret and the wall right there. Absolutely beautiful.
I would just like to point out that this is continuing from downtown. It is dominating from NG. We did say it, right? The composition coming out of Exiled looks good on paper if you get the ults off. You can pick and run. However, NG are just playing their comp better. This Blitzcrank is having a massive effect on the bot side and even in towards that mid. Hyruki is not allowed to push out further than mid lane at this point for fear if Blitzcrank is missing, you get hooked, right? The only one that really feels safe is Alex.
I mean, we're 9 minutes in, and I haven't seen the Blitzcrank miss yet. Maybe I blinked or something, but it's been going pretty well. Nice, there it is, Daisy walking in, getting some auto attacks, but here we go. This is a level 6 Vi now. Let's see if Demon Ruler is going to drop the ult on someone. There it is on the Timeless as they turn onto the Ivern, blowing through the health bar pretty quick, but a timely flash from Timeless right there can't save you from the Mordekaiser ult. Yes, you've got shields, but it's not enough sometimes. Well done from Alex.
Oh, not just that. You can actually take a look on the bot side there of your screen. It is going to be Hyruki setting up here, looking for a chance at a gank, but that's the whole plan right now. For Exile, they're in damage control duty, right? And where's the strongest lane? It's Alex in the top side. Even though the HP doesn't show it, it's there. So have to play towards those points. That's an arrow!
The Ashe from downtown. There it is. The 3-point shot lands. The half-court shot lands, and Nutter is stunned up and taken down by Hyruki. Maybe another kill down here.
I don't think Drew wants to say. Headshot is available. Ace in the hole is ready, and that's gonna be a body block from Mason. This is challenging. This bot lane is just not having fun.
No, seriously. And Kami and DDoS capitalizing over and over again, forcing a flash. That one was on target, but you got a summoner spell out of them in exchange. Just plate after plate is getting turned over to the NG bot lane.
I can't believe that this is so hard, right? This is only 10.5 minutes. It's 10.5 minutes and 4 plates already gone from the spot side. I want to point out, I don't even think game 1 had that many plates taken off so quickly, right? This is impressive from Kami and DDoS. The grudge is real. The grudge is extremely real down here.
They told us. They told us. And listen, credit where credit is due. DDoS did miss 1 hook so far. So, you know, just to keep it all good and well. And I don't think that one landed either. Okay, 2. Okay, so he can miss. It is possible.
They want to keep this pressure up, though. They want to keep pressuring down Solo and Drew. Because if that hook misses and it's even, Solo and Drew will have a chance. However, they are very far behind. Taking a look at the goal differential, you're about 2K behind, 2.4K. Kami is so far ahead, looking for even more. Drew really does not want to be down here right now.
Another one. There it is. Right on to Senna. Drew, who gets the kill? It's going to be Kami. They pick it up. They take the tower as well.
And I mean, poor Alex is like, what the heck is going on around the map, bro? Like, what is going on here? Like, guys, please.
I mean, it's chaos. We're looking at a kill a minute right here, and they are pulling them apart. Jace is going to dive in onto Hyruki. Just a little bit of a trade. Timeless here behind the wall as well, out of vision. If he can land some CC, this could change it. Daisy walking in, just going to push him off of the turret. Okay, Daisy can't get that kill.
It's
I was gonna say they're not that far ahead.
I mean, Timeless and Nutter probably feel like they're pretty far ahead. Just say, hey, let's dive tower here. It might be fine. Drew is finally unlocked from the lane, but this top side is still going to be in favor. Looking at the Herald drop there.
Yeah, good Herald play. That should get the tower. It's going to be 1-to-1 on towers. They'll pick it up with some auto attacks, but now bot lane for NG can be moved into the mid lane, and they can start picking up more. Oh, look at this Ashe arrow. Connects with DDoS. There's not enough health to capitalize on the CC.
And I love it, right? This is NG just saying, yeah, nice try, nice game. We're having a blast. They are in charge. Carol gets a second charge off, but it's not going to be too much of a worry. Alex should be fine on the top side as well. It is just pressure for this mid lane. They want to get as many plates as possible. TP coming in.
For sure. Yeah, there it is. Oh, my God. Shurima Shuffle capturing 2 people through the Shen ult. They're able to get that kill onto the Caitlyn. DDoS is next. They still have got a lot of fight in them as the Shen gets picked as well. That is exactly what Exiled Gaming needed. The gold brought closer to even now, and they've got some momentum back in their pocket.
The fact that they even saw the TP coming in, didn't respect it, and allowed themselves to get shuffled. That's crazy to me, right? Kami died with all summoner spells up as well. I feel like that was just a little bit of a misread on how strong they were. Solo Mason now getting jumped on.
Yes, they are a flash away. Health bar going quite low. Drew trying to save him, but no mana just yet. Haruki, they're going to go for the kill over the dragon, but their opportunity to grab that dragon might be falling away because there it is. DDoS with the hook, pulling him in. Kami, 1 auto attack gets it, picks up 2 kills right now. DDoS shadowing Haruki. There's the triple kill. We see the quadra. Kami is en route. He knows he's going to try and go over, but will he get the pull back? The hook was not present, but now where do you go? Oh, they want to feed this to Kami so bad. They want the quadra. 1 more auto does it. He's on a rampage, and now it's Nice Gaming that get to pick up this dragon.
Exile, they just got greedy, right? You saw at the end, they won the fight. They were looking at dragon, and yet they opted to chase those kills. It was an opportunity. It was so well done, but they allowed Kami and DDoS to get back on the field. So well done from NG. Both teams currently showing cracks as well as very strong punches. It's still leaning towards Kami though, picking up 4, now able to back and look for even more value. I think currently sitting on 1,400 in the pocket. This is going to be a brutal Caitlyn to play against.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their KDAs, and if that is not the most beautiful yin-yang symmetry we've ever seen, 10-1-0, 0-1-10. These guys have been next to each other, side by side in every team fight. They either stand together or they fall together, and that is the mark of a true bot.
It's beautiful, and now it's going to be Exile to try and figure it out. You can actually see the game plan working, right? The arrow lands, or they're able to group up, and they're able to solo out 1 or 2 people at a time. However, the problem is just they fell behind in terms of the kills on the bot side. So the only one that they really do want to catch now is Kami. That is the specific target that they have in mind. No longer is it, hey, we find Gabe, it's good. We find Timeless, it's good. We find Gutter, it's good. If we don't find Kami, we don't win, irregardless of anything that happens. So really, really hoping to find Kami and get caught, especially since Kami is not looking like they're going to be building a QSM anytime soon.
Right. No, absolutely. I'm curious if Alex is still able to kill Gabe up here. I think it's possible. We'll have to see. Anyways, DDoS here. They're going to push up in the mid lane. This is how powerful NG's bot lane is that, yes, they're outnumbered in the mid lane, but still, oh, hold on. Going in right here. Demon Clayer's going to ult onto Kami. The autos are coming through, but it's not enough. That's a shutdown onto Vi. God, the caster curse is real. Gabe in the 1v1. Truly going to get taken out too. Woo! Who would win the game if I just didn't open my mouth? Who would know? But that's going to be a big shutdown for Exiled Gaming.
Not on a carry, though. It's on the vibe still, though. It's huge. As you said, Alex, on the other side, you did see the Iceborne Gauntlets. I will always call them Iceborne Gauntlets. Being built by Gabe, that's why you don't really see that much MR currently available. So just the Rylai's is enough. That's going to be a shot in the dark, though. Look at that blast.
Oh my God, Nutter coming from behind. A perfect flank right here. If he can make the connection, there's a lot of CC available. Good dodge from Drew, but still, Tim coming through, and yet the return from Haruki here. Very nice Shurima Shuffle. Nutter getting the Shen shield as well. They're trying to back up, but Ash is in the front line right now. Not able to get over the wall, gets picked up and taken out. And that's going to be Exiled Gaming that runs back into the jungle. Oh, might have to keep running, though. I don't think this fight's done just yet. And of course, all I have to do is say it, and the opposite will come true. Alex is going to find themselves in a 1v1. Taking a lot of turret shots, though.
Oh.
There it is. Damn it. Timeless takes it, because why not? Kami's already got 10 kills.
Oh, you can't recall like that. I'm sorry. When you know the opponent is hunting through the jungle, you can't recall at that point. However, we are seeing game plans being drawn up. Exile realize they can't really win a fight Alex is put on split push duty. There is no choice. You are being forced to push open this tower. You will never join the team fight until you feel like you can draw a lot of opponents to you, right? Hoping to draw 2 members instead of just 1. Gabe is being used as a buffer zone right now, and that will continue for the time being. But this 4v4 on the other side of the map is swinging one way or another. We're seeing it a chance. Hyruki, can you stay alive? Yes, you can at point. Is Solo Mason going to get caught or not? If Solo Mason doesn't get caught, hey, the turnaround is there. We are seeing both game plans work to efficiency, but at the current moment, NG are executing better.
Ooh, the Hex Splash forward, getting the knock up, the pull back as well. Nutter's got the damage. Haruki's got the shuffle. There it is, knocking him under tower, and that's going to be Caitlyn getting picked at the same time as well. A 1-for-1, a 2-for-1, but not in a big... Oh, here we go. Drew in some trouble right here as well. Not sure if they've got anything to get over the wall. They do not. A 2-for-2 in scattered fights across the map. There is no shortage of action in this game.
Not at all. I think it's about as fast as game number 1. Everyone wants to fight. However, the push is actually the dangerous part. You can see the Herald being dropped here. It is going to push 1. No one's really recalling except for the Vi. The Vi cannot hold. This should be an inhibitor tower going down as well, just in time for Dragon.
Seriously, and if they're lucky, 1 more charge, but Vi's probably going to put a stop to that. Yes, I think this is actually bloodier than game 1. We're well beyond a kill a minute here. 17 to 10, 27 kills in 19 minutes. That's the kind of clip that I like when we were casting some games. Just lots of murder all over the place. Probably another fight going to break out over this dragon that's going to be spawning.
I think this should go the way of NG, right? They're already on 2 dragons. They have control over, and DDoS is a big monster. No vision. As it's all being cleared out now, you only have a singular ward back by the wolves. It's not going to do that much. It's just not going to be available. You're going to have to walk in blind. And yes, you would like it. Chemtech is a powerful dragon if you're able to get soul. But at the current moment, I don't think you can force it, right? Unless you're willing to spend every single summoner spell as well as your ult.
Truly, and just as you said, Nice Gaming gonna pick this up. They've got the damage, they've got the gold. All the work they put in the minutes before this dragon are what have Exiled Gaming just saying, actually, we're not gonna walk in there with no vision. It would be a slaughter. Gonna push through, clear out these wards. Baron is up, it's an option, and Nice Gaming are certainly in a place where they could try to force this. You know, in the next minute, people are backing. They're going to spend their gold, and then there's nothing left on the map to fight over quite like the Baron. And with the momentum they've had, that could be a death knell. We've got Azir down here on the bot side. He's got teleport up, though. We'll see where the teams end up flowing.
I have a feeling right now it's a tug of war, right? NG do want to do Baron, but they also realize the threat that can come out right now. They still realize that Kami can't get killed, right? It's not impossible. Kami's still working towards actually just now recalling to get the 3rd title. It's not impossible for Kami to die, and they lose a lot of their front end damage. We saw the damage coming out of Nutter. You can throw down an empowered blast, and it works. But there it is, right? Even with that item in tow, you're actually going for the stopwatch, saying we need a little bit of that safety. Timeless though. Now it's
Absolutely, went just a little bit too far. There are the pick tools that we've been talking about. You've got the Ash Arrow, you've got the Vi ult. Timeless did the job of separating themselves from the rest of the team, and Exiled pounced on that opportunity. Now the jungler is dead. They're all around Baron. They're going to go for it.
Of course, the kill didn't go to Solo Mesa, but this is all you want. Alex finally grouping up with the rest of the team is going to be very, very well and good, and that's the scary part here.
Absolutely, we've got the whole full team showing up right here. Baron's down to about half health. They're going to go in. The fight's going to break off. Haruki trying to go up forward.
Oh,
they're going to get the stop, but they are going to die. Nutter on a killing spree already. Dr. Drew taking out Nutter, picking up that as well. That's a double kill, and they just have the damage. Oh my God. That was actually really a clean comeback. A 3-for-2, and they think they've got enough damage to still do this. Timeless is up, though. Ivern is on the way. Gabe thinking about taking that plant over. This is going to be risky, but they say, hey, we're going to lose this game if we don't do something risky. Alex going so low. Baron across, and Timeless is here. Do they have the damage? It certainly looks like they don't now. Demon Ruler, the turn, the pick, and now it's junglers facing each other off. Alex still has enough health to be a part of this fight, but it's got to be conducted extremely carefully because Kami is back up. The back and forth, the tug of war over Baron is nuts. The CC misses just barely. Gotta handle the Daisy. This fight just doesn't feel like it's over yet. Both teams could decide that they want to recommit as their forces. This is how long this fight is. People are dying, respawning, running back into the playground, ready to throw hands. Catch these hands, both these teams are saying as they go. D-Drew maybe walking up a little bit too far. That's going to be Caitlyn's ult slamming against them. A third of their health gone with no effort at all. Okay, finally, both teams decide that's actually enough. Let's do this again in 30 seconds. Ooh, Ash Arrow?
Oh, arrow miss. Looking at another. We got to break down how that fight went, though, right?
Yes.
Because it started off, Timeless was not there, and it was an appropriate response. EXE said we can go for Baron. That is the right call. The turnaround was good as well. They turned on a dime, said, hey, we're going to fight. And they took down Kami first. That's why they were in the lead. However, we started seeing Alex tank the Baron, was not able to stay alive and had to be forced out. I wonder if it would have changed if Demon Ruler had actually started tanking. If Demon had actually dropped down to 50 instead of Alex, who is super, super strong. However, keeping eyes right now, this is now a second chance. The Baron is the biggest target on the table. If that arrow comes back up and you're able to hit a priority target, it's going to be huge.
100%. There it is. Another hook from DDoS getting the kill. That's Ash, the 80 carry, out of the fight. No more Ash arrows. No more free hawk shots. That's a lot of CC and vision that is just gone from Exile Gaming's comp for another 30 seconds here.
And this actually puts a really harsh reality for the side of Exiled. Because Soul Point is also on the table and you know you're fighting a 45 on Baron, the call should be made to head to Dragon. Of course, Dragon I don't think is up for another 40 seconds, so I don't think you really have a chance, but you at least support it up. You should try and get information about it. Baron will go the way of NG. They will have all the buttons going. They're now sitting at about 4K lead. Should be bumped up to about, I want to say 6.5 or so. More like 4.5. 5.5. I can't count. I lied. I don't know why I'm saying
Listen, we can all count for sure.
It's still a problem, though, and this Dragon is now the big, big piece that Exiled are putting their hopes and dreams on.
Absolutely, because Exile, Demon Ruler going to go in onto Gabe. Let's see, a teleport's going to come in too. The question is, Gabe re-engaging right here, going to get pulled back, but it's Nutter who's got a lot of damage. There it is, an Ash Arrow. Not enough time to follow up. There's not enough damage. It's just too dangerous. Luckily, that's an ability with a pretty short cooldown. Oh, but will they have time, though? Because now the Dragon Dance is upon us. Dragon getting burned through so quickly. Can they pull it? Yes, Red side is able to get it. Now the fight's going to pull off. That's a great Sentinel across the bow right there, but Gabe is in the backline. So basically trying to lead these autos. Massive Azir ult in the backline. Demon Ruler trying to dive to the back, too. They're getting cut down left and right here. 2 for 2 so far. Drew doing what they can, but they're taunted, taking down a triple kill for Nutter. Just so much damage, but very low health bar. Can they find it? Alex triple kill, doing it, and Gabe has to escape over the wall. What is this game against all odds? Exile Gaming pull out a 3 for 3 and the Dragon.
I just want to point out, just about everyone did what everyone was supposed to do. That was one of the best fights that I've seen that turned into an all-out brawl. Haruki with a ridiculous shuffle that pushed everyone on the side of NG into the fray. That should have been the side of NG getting the dub. They were engaging properly. They got the pull. They got the kill early. However, Haruki shoved everyone into Alex, the current strongest member, on the side of Exile and forced him to stay in that burn. Right now, it is a game of inches between the two. Dragon was taken away. Soul was not taken by the side of NG. It's coming down to moments. I don't think NG are allowed to take a face-first fight anymore. DDoS needs to hit a pick and then book it. You should not engage after you pick up that first kill. You need these singular picks to break away here, because when you funnel in, we're seeing NG leave Kami available to a very, very difficult death possibility. I don't know how else to phrase it. It's just on a nice edge all the way around. Oh no, like this.
Rookie, what are you doing? So slick and clean. There's the pick. You want to talk about death possibilities? There it is. You're backing in the middle of the lane. You think you're safe, but Azir comes high-flying over the wall like that. Don't forget, they're kind of a bird. They can get anywhere they want.
That was also Haruki's second kill of the game. We have gone 27 minutes, and Haruki has been on safety duty, was able to pick up a second, and is now going to get a little bit stronger. This is so well done. Now with the push potentials, you're able to stave off this Baron a little bit more, and you can funnel gold back into Solo Mason. Solo Mason and Drew have been on the rough side, 3 and 60 between the two, but if they're given a little bit more gold, these arrows will come out faster. These crit hits from the center will come out faster, and all of a sudden, NG are going to be worried on all accounts.
100%. And don't forget, KDA doesn't mean shit. If your Nexus explodes at the end of the game, that's what really matters. And I remember a time when Kami was 10-1-0, right? They've gotten some assists as it's gone on, but this has been a huge shift from Exiled Gaming. They've identified, okay, Caitlyn is running rampant. Kami is an extremely skilled player. We cannot let them walk around unpunished. And that has been the focus of these fights. And that last big team fight, we saw the parallel protagonists of Nutter and Alex going crazy here, getting triple kills. I mean, you just cannot blink in these team fights.
Nope. If you blink, you're dead. That's all it is. And these small moments is actually going to come down to information gathering, which is why the Ashe is so good. But I also want to highlight the amount of words that are being dropped. We haven't been able to talk about it too much, also because I haven't noticed it. But we are currently blind in some areas, right? You take a look at the vision, is incorporated around that mid lane for the side of NG. And then on the flip, you actually see counterpoints, the TP advantages, these abilities to actually collapse in is going to be utilized. You can see it here.
Absolutely. Teleport coming in right there. Almost a pinch. Can they get it? A good flash. That's what it's there for, folks. You gotta use it or lose it. And Demon Ruler got out of there, but in Ashe Arrow, they're going to try and catch him in a choke point. There it is. That's some CC. Solo Mason in the backline right now, getting these autos off. Very safe. DDoS not able to get over the wall. Misses a hook there for what it's worth, and a 2 for nothing right now. Kami's up to run, but you can only run so far when you're inside of a Mordekaiser ult. A nice pick on the other end, but that's 3 for 1. I have the feeling that Exiled Gaming's very happy with how that played out.
And that was just, I hate to say it, it was the wrong shot selection from NG. I don't know if you saw the pings. We saw a TP come out from Haruki on that top side. And the immediate ping from Gabe, hey, let's go get Haruki. Let's go kill that Azir. That's huge. Yes, that was a good call. But the rest of the team from NG were focused on Demon Ruler. They were like, hey, we can get this thing. It was a split decision. It was an eagle chasing for 2 different rabbits, and both well, one rabbit did die, but honestly, the bigger of the rabbits, the fatter rabbit, which would have been a catch on Demon Ruler, securing a chance across these global objectives is not going to be in their favor right at this moment.
Absolutely, and I gotta say, the unspoken, the untangible quality of what we're seeing right here is the fact that Exiled Gaming's gone from losing like most of the team fights to winning back to back on these picks, getting creating opportunities in spaces where they probably shouldn't be able to, and they're feeling good from the perspective of momentum, right? They know that they can do this. They're probably getting excited. They want to have a comeback right here. They need this. You want to win your first game. You want to lay down the law. And speaking of the law, it's being laid down by Demon Ruler right now, going all the way to the back line, and an Ashe Arrow threading it all the way too as well. But Solo Mason's going to take so much damage and a massive stream and shuffle. But the question is, where is Alex? Kami still alive in the end, gets taken down finally. DDoS. Alex doesn't have too many targets to pick from. It's a 2 for 1 right now. Timeless gonna get away, and look at that. Exiled Gaming takes out 2, turns on to the dragon. They're getting what they want.
Haruki and Alex are quite literally just taking this game into their own hands, right? We are seeing so many fragmented fights because these two have been so on point. Solo Mason following up on Demon. I honestly thought Demon Ruler went too far, right? We saw the Vi just fly back into Nutter, which is not, in my opinion, a huge priority target. Just the poke value, and yet it worked beautifully done. And Timeless now gets bounced and caught.
Oh my god, into Baron Pit, losing your jungler right now of all times. That's brutal, and Gabe might be in some trouble as well.
Oh, for that. My gosh, this is outrageous. We did get a question here. We are going to get a souls check. We are sitting at 99 souls on this Senna, which is strong, and now Gabe is getting lost as well.
Oh yeah, that's just a clean pick, and now it's a 3 versus 5. Throwing a hook over the wall. That's very brazen. Ashe Arrow lands on Kami, but a very nice cleanse gets them out of the situation.
It was
Baron.
hard necessary. That QSS. Oh no.
Oh yeah, yes, the QSS for sure. But the CC's still there. No rookie over the wall once again. They've been practicing all game, scooping Kami up and getting the target that they're going for. DDoS taken down next. All Nutter can do is poke, and granted that's a lot, but 5 members of Exiled Gaming have Baron now.
And you want another crazy thing? You want another crazy thing is I still
Please
don't think
me.
this game is over.
Dude,
As much as
no.
we're watching this, I don't feel like it's completely over. You take a look at where that Soul could come out. Yes, we are seeing a 3K swing in favor of Exile. They just got Baron. It's a massive chunk for them. However, right now, if we can see Nutter and Kami get back into this, if we can see them start laying down their poke, getting that range available, they still have a chance. DDoS can still land a great hook if given the opportunity. However, those opportunities are far and wide between. Timeless, you can't stay here, buddy.
Oh, they're going on to him, and here it is, the pick comp coming into play. It really feels like it's coming online the later the game goes on, which is not what I was expecting, truly. They just find their target. Ooh, Drew's got to be careful, though.
I did say it earlier. I was like, this is what this comp is designed for.
You totally did.
However, you're looking at it, and honestly, it's not just the fact that the pick comp works, it's the fact that NG are struggling to find opportunities for gold. And you can see it. Timeless is unfortunately giving up a lot of space there, but this is huge. Exile now pushing down the top, mid, and bottom.
Absolutely. Alex finding themselves in the 1v1 Unchained, but Haruki here. There it is, the Shurima shuffle, but it's a 3v1. Can they do it? Senna helping from all the way across the map. They're going to get 1 kill at the very least. Haruki fighting under the tower gets taken down. Gabe getting Alex pretty low, but here is Senna to help getting these autos off. I don't know if there's enough time for it, but it doesn't matter because all you want to do is push them back. You've got the Baron. You want the minions to start doing their dastardly deeds to these towers as they continue to push over objective after objective.
The stranglehold is getting closer and closer, right? NG need Nutter to stay alive at all costs. Nutter is the only one that can actually, the range is enough to extend all the way to the back. And I did say, and I said this earlier too, I love the fact that the Vi came out. We do see that Serpent thing. I'm so happy. That was actually, I think, like item number 3 in the pocket. Like, they have itemized so well. Everyone in this game has basically done what they need to with the composition that they've been dealt, right? The cards that they've been dealt, they've done so well. Everyone's played up to their, I want to say potential. The only ones lagging behind right now are Gabe and Solo Mason. It's going to come down to one more cataclysmic fight, and if NG do not appropriately space themselves, they have to be aware of the jump in range. They need to find a singular kill. Find Drew, find Solo Mason. If it's one of those two, you have to look for another. If you find Haruki, if you find Demon Ruler, great. If you find Alex, you're screwed.
Oh, DDoS going for a hero hook. Oh my god, that was close. Almost grabs Senna, and that's the kind of play that could straight up end the game here, or at least secure Soul, which is going to be up in about 30 seconds. Here we go. Hextech not over the wall, just going a little bit further. Caitlyn headshot coming across here, or sorry, their ult. What's that ult called?
Ace.
I don't have all the names memorized. Ace in the hole. Taking out so much damage, still slapping, even though Kami hasn't been flush with kills for a hot second. Still a lot of damage coming through on this Caitlyn. And Dragon up in about 10 seconds. How are both of these teams going to play this? It does look like NG's got the inside track, but Baron's gone now.
It is, and that's the danger here. Right now, we have 115 souls right now on the Senna, and that's going to be outputting so much extra power. I think we saw like 80 extra attack damage on there, but this dragon is so important. You want to get this one. You'll tie it up. We'll have 6 dragons done, a 7th possibly coming. And the best part is Exiled are not losing a single piece of global pressure. You see how far the waves are pushed. They made sure every single lane state was on the side of NG. They had no opportunity. They are now fighting edge and edge and edge. I honestly, the late game power coming out of NG is not that good comparatively. They have the poke, they don't have the extended fight. It's looking like a do or die situation, and it's only one more chance.
Absolutely. I mean, Exiled Gaming has given us a masterclass in just mental acuity here, right? Not giving up, staying, sticking to the strategy, sticking to your guns here, and it's paid off. They've continued to play like they're going to win this game throughout the entire course of this game, and now they're in a leading position. 3 Drakes back-to-back for them. This next dragon fight is going to be very interesting, extremely exciting, because even a steal puts soul into somebody's pocket here. But who knows if that'll even be what the fight's going to be over, because Baron's coming up in a minute.
And I do want to point out, the soul means a lot more than it used to, right? So one of the tweaks that actually came about in the recent patches is they changed dragons specifically. The dragons individually do not give as much as the soul. It was a much larger buff there. With Chemtech specifically, I think Chemtech was one of the weaker ones. It gave like a variation of both defense and offense. They buffed it up. The soul actually gives, I believe, when you're below 50% HP, you gain increased damage output as well as damage resistance. It is a massive boon for extended fights that specifically Alex and Haruki and Demon Ruler will love. Those 3 are going to enjoy it. On the flip side, you're looking at Kami, Gabe, and Timeless. Those 3 are going to utilize it the most. Nutter, I hate to say it. Well, okay, you actually have the Mom on Morty account. You're going to utilize it as well. These are the champions that are going to stay alive the longest and that will benefit the most from this soul.
Absolutely. And here we go. Getting together, 6 seconds till this Baron. But they're doing a great job of manipulating these waves. You pointed it out last time there was a dragon that they were able to go and take dragon. Oh, there it is, the flash forward. But once again, Senna has been up front, right? It's a support's job. You got to clear out these wards. You got a little bit of poke, but you're up front and gets this Blitzcrank. That's 2 hooks that have been extremely close. But here it is. The Baron is up, getting ripped through, burned down so quickly right here. DDoS walking forward, going for the pull. They do grab the Senna. They get the shutdown, but the Baron is gathered, but the fight is just breaking off. And here we go. Back down to the bot lane. Gabe, though, Alex is actually in here, causing a lot of trouble. Look at Kami! Look at that headshot. That was insane right there. So much damage coming through. Do we have Ace in the hole available?
Oh, no! Oh, no!
There it is. The turn, the act. Oh, my God. So much damage. Capitalizing on opportunity after opportunity. And now Mordekaiser and Shen just against each other. This fight is happening on 2 different fronts, but both are extremely important as Alex is pushing into the base. They do get that inhib, but Baron is grabbed by Exile Gaming.
That honestly would have been, I would say, a minor okay trade. Like, it's not the best trade if Kami didn't die there, but Kami got so over-aggressive. As soon as you pop that QSS to try and get a little bit of speed up, the AO came out. You saw it. Haruki and Solo just turned on a dime, and that's a problem now, right? You lost the QSS for the next few. Yes, I mean, it's already timed up. You can see the timer. It's already scaling pretty quickly back. It's still dangerous. You can't be that over-aggressive in this late game state. For Kami, you are your main priority. You saw how much a single headshot does. You have to stay alive. They are looking. Dragon is now up in a minute. You have a singular minute before the entirety of this game will end. I hate saying that. I said that the last few times, and I swear I've captured cursed it, and this game goes longer and longer. But if there
Absolutely.
if there's a massive fight, if there is an encapsulating fight of 3 or more deaths on one side, it will be GG.
Yes. And I mean, you know, count it. I think around 33 minutes, you're like, I don't think this game's done yet. And here we are 7 minutes later as this game is pushing into its 41st minute. As you said, this dragon's coming up, but I don't even know if they're going to wait for that. There we go. Ace in the hole goes off, almost half healthing. Senna going forward. They're going to get that knockup.
Oh,
they
my
found this pushes. They've got the damage. Nutter gets the kill. Hold on. They're making a play here, a serious play to get rid of key members of Exiled Gaming right before a very important fight. Oh, got me. Never count them out. Look at those headshots. The damage is insane. They just have to stay safe. They have to not get picked. 30 to 31 on kills. Tied up in Dragons. 17 seconds. Ash will not be a part of this fight. They are just not going to be alive by the time Dragon comes up. But Shet's been forced to back. They've got to defend the base. The base is in shambles. There are minions pushing in, so it's a 4v4. Numbers have actually evened up. Kami is alone right now, clearing these Baron binions. Baron-empowered minions, a term we all use all the time, but the run across the wall. He pulls him into a group of 3, but Senna ult coming across, getting a shield. Alex coming through too, so dangerous. Nutter dives in. They say, let's just execute him. Let's kill him if we can, but he's going to be respawning right here. Alex going so low, but he's got the shield. Massive. This Morgan is huge, but Kami's getting his headshots off. Shot another shutdown to Haruki. Flashes the Shurima shuffle. Kami coming in with these auto attacks, but from downtown, the Edge Arrow misses, trying to get it all done. That's one more auto. Can he get it? So low. That's the triple kill. Kami stepped up in the end, and the question is, can they win off of this push with only an Ashe to defend the base?
I told you that fight was so insanely important. And also at the start, they drew double teleports. There was no flank. They knew there was no flank available. This will be GG. Solo can't do anything. Are you kidding me? On a dime's notice, they got the flash taunt!
Oh my god, the flash, the shots from Kami coming in so hot and heavy. They've cut the wave, and they did it. Listen, we've all seen comebacks, but when's the last time you saw a reverse comeback here as Nice Gaming takes their second match of the day?
I can't believe that just happened. I mean, if we're talking about this, right, let's be realistic. We said it from the start. Yes, Exiled were doing well, but it was gonna come down to a dime's notice, a single moment. And huge props to everyone all over in this game. But Kami, I have never seen someone go into like 250% overdrive in that last fight just to not die, right? I don't even think a single Stand United came down. I'm pretty sure Gabe didn't have a choice but to stay in the base. That is insane to me. Take a look at the damage output. Jace was doing well, but Kami, 44,000 dancing on them.
Dude, just absolutely wild. We were watching two teams tightrope walk across an incredibly thin wire. I mean, the decision making that had to go into the plays that were being made. Hats off to both teams. You just do not get, honestly, every team we've seen so far, you do not get exciting games like this unless you have two very, very, very spirited, determined, thoughtful, and skilled teams. This was just such a pleasure to see.
I'm terrified to see what the interview is going to be like. We get another interview, right? Like, we get another chance, and then we will be bolting our way to our third game. I mean, we're running a little bit over time. I understand everyone's enjoying this, but we have to get an interview. I got to talk to them. I want to know exactly what is being said, because this is an amazing time so far. Please don't go anywhere. The EGL will be right back in just a little bit. Welcome back, everyone. We are here ready to go with another interview because these players are keeping us way too hype. The games have been so exciting. We have Gabe coming in, the top laner for Nice Gaming, that gave us a thrilling and possibly seesaw-like game. Gabe, how you feeling after that victory?
Ooh, we're jazzed. Honestly, we were really hoping to come in strong. We have a couple subs basically going all day, myself being one of them. And so we're hoping just to keep the energy high and the momentum going here and keep it good.
Gabe. What a game, dude. I mean, I gotta ask a classic boilerplate question, right? Because we're up here, we're hooting and hollering, we're screaming and shouting. But what are the comms like for you guys after such highs, lows, and most notably highs again? As you have a crazy lead, starts to slip away a little bit, then you guys come back and you win off an insane pick, two crazy back-to-back fights. What were you guys like on comms?
Yeah, not gonna lie, we were super confident with the lead that we had started going at the start of the game with bot lane. And it definitely went to our heads a little bit. Obviously, in the mid game, we got a little sloppy, but we brought it back with lots of just protect Caitlyn's and such.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of protect Caitlyn's, like you're playing a huge role in that, right? You live to keep these guys alive, and you did an incredible job of it. But you're laning against Mordekaiser, who's got a couple of ways to come in there and kind of knock your clock around. I mean, how was that lane? How was balancing between the urge to protect your teammates and also just stay alive against this guy?
So really, I'm pretty used to being the weak side top laner here. I'm coming from a support main role, so I'm doing my best to mitigate my deaths in the top lane. But the real challenge was every time they were looking for a dive on Caitlyn in the mid game, Mordekaiser was ulting me, and so I didn't even have a chance to try and protect.
And I mean, listen, as we saw in this game, that Mordekaiser was so powerful, truly terrifying. And so just the very fact that you were taking the brunt of that meant that the rest of your team wasn't forced to handle them in that moment. coming from game 1 to game 2, were you guys, did you feel like you were able to reset off of that win, or were you still riding pretty high coming into this game?
We were definitely riding pretty high going into game 2.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I think we got a little bit of a wake up call from that, and knowing RSH, we're definitely going to be a little more cautious in how we approach this next game.
right. No, totally reasonable. And you've been on Shen 2 games in a row as well, right? Like,
Yep.
is this a reflection of your history as a support? Is that something you played in the support lane?
No, it's just more of I know it's a really good way for me to be impactful in the rest of the map while just sitting in the side lane trying to stop whoever from splitting.
Absolutely.
I typically do play that tank role for the team though.
Well, you've been putting on an absolute masterclass. Gabe, thank you so much for coming on here and giving us some insight into what's going on. Congratulations on 100% win rate today. I wish you the best of luck as it continues. Anything else you want to tell the fans out there before we let you go?
Hey, nice gaming. You just got to be nice to your friends and your opponents. You have a good time, and then you get some dubs.
I love it. That's beautiful.
All right, good luck, guys.
Alrighty. With that, I mean, that is now twice that we have seen Nice Game. We'll actually see them at the end of the day when they face off, I believe, against Rush. That'll be joined in our last game of the day. It will be Tempo Rush. I do apologize. But for right now, we're getting into our third game before our break. Please don't go anywhere. The EGL will be back in just a bit. Of course, we will say goodbye to LeChance. LeChance, thank you so much for being here on this desk, on this casting desk with me here today. Any final words that you like to say? Any socials that you'd like to shout out? Because, I mean, you killed it here today. Let's be honest.
Aw, shucks. Dude, it's been a pleasure. You've crushed it. These games have been so much fun to cast. I truly, I'll be checking it, but somebody let me know how this whole fucking thing plays out, because this has been a master opera that we've seen. Thank you so much for having me on. Once again, I'm LeChance. You can find me in the low budget LCS. That's my home league. I do a lot of casting there. And it's been a pleasure to be on this cast with you, Orbital. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course, you have a great one. We will all see all the viewers back in just a little bit. Please remember, we will have another match coming up. It will be EGL versus EXE to close out the first half of this tournament. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right